Hey everyone, Brian here. I am live, well, not live, but at the moment of this recording, I am live from the interior of my vehicle, and I am going to be doing another product review. This time, it is going to be of the Alloyseed Tire Inflator. This is really, really cool. Um, First of all, here is a shot of the specs. Feel free to pause that and look at it further. Here are the instructions, and it is a tire compressor. It's an inflator, and it comes with a ball needle for sports balls, that sort of thing. But this is mainly for your vehicle. Let's open her up. See what we got. Sorry about that. Kind of hard to do it. Okay, so here it is. Looks like just like on the package. It does have a light, LED light, right here. So if you need to use it at nighttime, there's the light switch, there's the power switch, there's the LED screen. I'll show you how that's used in a minute. Here is the cord for the air. Okay, and then here is the power plug, which is going to go right into your power outlet in your vehicle, and then here's a needle for if you want to use it for other applications. It's a pretty long cable. It is a 12 volt, so that's all you really need in your vehicle anyways, because I think that's all your battery gives you is 12 volts. And I have used this before, and it does reach all four tires of your vehicle. And I have a Dodge Grand Caravan, which is long, a long vehicle. So my biggest concern was, hey, can I get to all four of my tires? And the answer is yes. So, and here you go for the power outlet. And I am going to put this down for a second, plug her in. Mine's down here. If I got it in the right plug. There you go. Light comes on, tells you it's ready to go. Okay. And then here comes the screen. Now, I wanted to tell you a little bit about this. If I get this stabilized here. So the top number here where you see it says 36.0, that's the amount of air that I need in each of my tires. And the 0.0 is the current PSI that's being pushed through. And it's also the reading, and I'll demonstrate how this works, but it's also the reading as far as where your tires are at. And then if you see the striped, almost looks like a tire print that you would leave in the snow or something, that is actually a visual reference as far as where you are for tire pressure. So it will give you the actual PSI number, and it will give you a visual point of reference. So if it's below the 36, depending on how far it is, it will be an incomplete half circle, if that makes sense. And then of course you have your, if I want to set it for different pressure, lower it, raise it, that sort of thing. And then here I can change it to metric, back to PSI. Now, here's a really, really important thing that a lot of people don't know. Okay? The question is, how much air pressure should go into my tires? Now, most people, including myself when I first started driving, I look at the tire itself, and the tire will tell you a certain PSI. However, that is not the PSI that you need. That is the manufacturer of the tire will put that on there, and that'll tell you the maximum tire pressure that your tire should be at. That is not the preferred tire pressure. So here's what I mean. let's say you have tires that say 45 psi written right on the tire wall there. That's going to be, let's say you're driving down the road on a warm summer day, and you're on a road trip, and you're driving. Well, it's going to heat up inside that tire, and the air expands. If your tire pressure is already at the maximum that that tire can take, and the air starts expanding, you're going to set yourself up for an issue. Okay? So that's kind of what that's referring to. Now, if you need to know what is the tire pressure that you need, the manufacturer of your vehicle will, depending on what kind of vehicle you have, will have a label placed on the inside of your door here, or sometimes over here. Okay? And this one also tells you the size of the tires and the PSI. And look at that. Okay? So we'll look at this one first. So both of those, front and rear, not the spare, but the front and the rear, both need 36 PSI. Okay? And if I look over here, it will tell me the same thing. Let's do it this way so you can see. Okay? You see 36 psi cold. That means without the air having warmed it up. So here's how this works. It's plugged in. I bring it out. Obviously, I'm going to find my valve, take the cap off, hold on to it or put it somewhere where you're not going to lose it. Go ahead and put this on. Now you're going to have a little bit of a hiss because you're pushing that pin in. So that's where that pin's got to be in order for air to come in and out. So you hear a little bit, and then I'm going to lock it. Okay, now we're set. If I don't hear any air, it's fine. Okay, this tells me right now that I'm at 35 psi in this tire, and I need 36. So I'm going to turn it on. And there you go. Straight up to 36. Okay, 35.5. 36, I'm going to run a little bit, because if I lose something taken off the valve off, it'll be right where I need it to be. And you heard it was just a quick little zip, and that's that. Now, that's the front of my vehicle. I'll show you the length of it for those of you who don't have one. It's pretty long, right? But this will reach. Now, if I want it to reach the other side, I'm going to go through the vehicle and to the passenger, through the passenger side door in order to get there. I'm not going to lift this thing over the car. Obviously, there's not enough length there. Knock the snow out. Let's try this one. We'll see where this one's at. Let's let some air out so I can show you. Alright, now I'm going to lock it. There we go. Now, this says it's at 32. Okay? So I'm going to turn it on. And you see, those bars aren't full. As it's filling, those bars are going to fill in. that's it, folks. It's pretty simple. It's pretty easy. And I did use it during very cold weather as well. And I wanted to try that during cold weather because how many times do you go to a gas station, for those of you who live in colder climates, when it's really cold and you lose air and the pump's not working? And I had that happen to me once, and I had to go to like 4 or 5 different places before I could get it. So I use this now, and absolutely works perfectly fine, especially because that pump is in the car where it's warm, and so it's not subject to damage or breaking down because of the cold air. So it's really convenient, and it really does. It may not be as fast as some pumps, but it'll get you what you need, and you can take it with you and you're good to go. So that's all I have. Thank you very much. The Alloyseed Tire Inflator for your vehicle.